It all started on a calm Sunday morning in Port Harcourt. The soft melody of the choir's hymns filled the air as I stepped into the church, hoping for a peaceful time in God's presence. And then I saw her, Anita. She was breathtaking, a true Kalabari beauty with smooth ebony skin, deep enchanting eyes, and a smile that could melt the hardest of hearts. She was graceful, her every movement like poetry in motion. When our eyes met, something sparked. A silent conversation in that fleeting moment. Fate played its part, and we were introduced after service by a mutual friend. That was the beginning of a love story that felt as though it had been written in the stars. Love that knew no bounds. Anita and I became inseparable. We shared dreams, laughter, and whispered secrets beneath the moonlit skies of Port Harcourt. Her mother adored me, welcoming me into their home with open arms. She would always say, "You have a good heart, and that's what matters." But her father, that was a different story. Anita's father was a proud Kalabari man, deeply rooted in tribal traditions. When he discovered I was Igbo, his warm greetings turned cold. He barely acknowledged my presence, and when he did, it was with disapproving glares and curt words. "My daughter will not marry an Igbo man," he declared one evening. "You people are different from us. It will never work." But Anita and I were determined. We held on to love, believing that time would soften his heart. We made plans for our future, a future beyond tribal lines, beyond prejudice. She dreamed of us travelling abroad, building a life where love, not ethnicity, defined us. My worries began one evening during one of our deep conversations. We talked about everything, our dreams, fears, and childhood experiences. But that night she revealed something that shook me. "My father has never been a faithful man," she said with a bitter laugh. I frowned. "What do you mean?" She hesitated, then sighed. "One night he came home drunk, more wasted than I had ever seen him. I tried to help him to his room, but instead he sat me down and started talking nonsense. He told me about all the women he had been with outside of his marriage. The worst part? He said it like it was normal, like it was his right." I felt a knot tighten in my chest. "He told you that?" She nodded. "Yes." I was disgusted, but what could I do? My mother never left him despite knowing. "That's just how men are," she said. I was troubled. How could a father tell his daughter something like that? What kind of man confesses his infidelity to his own child? The thought haunted me. Like they say, a fruit never falls far from its tree. I pushed the thought aside at the time, convincing myself that Anita was different, that she had seen the pain her mother endured and would never follow the same path. But fate had other plans. Then the shadows crept in. Subtle at first, unanswered calls when she travelled for work, distant gazes when we were together, constant deleting of messages. Anita worked for a company that frequently sent her to worry, and I noticed how her behaviour changed each time she returned. She had new things, expensive jewellery, designer handbags, but she always brushed off my questions with a laugh. "Babe, you worry too much. Work has been good to me," she'd say, kissing my forehead. And like a fool, I believed her. Then came the whispers. Friends, hesitant but concerned, warned me. "Are you sure Anita is faithful?" one asked. "She's been seen with a certain man in Warri, a married one." I dismissed it. I trusted Anita. I trusted our love. But doubt, like poison, had begun seeping into my heart. The truth came crashing down one fateful evening. Her phone buzzed while she was in the shower. I glanced at the screen, and my world shattered. A message from her work colleague, Roland. "Missing you already. Can't wait for you to come to Warri again. I miss you so much. You're a sweet girl. Love you." I couldn't breathe. My hands trembled as I scrolled through the messages, each word a dagger to my soul. My Anita, my love, my future was sleeping with a married man. And that wasn't all. Even after discovering her infidelity, I couldn't let go. My mind was in turmoil. How will I let go of a 4-year relationship that I've invested so much in? How will I let go of my Potorinko, my ASAMU, my Sugar Brown? Those were the names I called her with so much love. My heart refused to accept the reality. But my breaking point came one Sunday evening. She arrived at my house, clutching her stomach in pain. Her face was twisted with discomfort, and she groaned, complaining about gas pain. I was worried because I knew this only happened when we were intimate, but we hadn't been intimate for weeks. A storm of thoughts crashed in my mind, but I couldn't allow the woman I loved to suffer. I rushed out and got her medication, convincing myself that I was just overthinking things. Then, later that week, I found the final piece of my shattered heart. A message popped up on her phone, one I wasn't even searching for. It was from her stepmother's married brother. "The one I gave you on Sunday should be enough to carry you till January." My heart stopped. My hands trembled as I read those words over and over again, trying to make sense of them. Sunday? The same Sunday she was in my house, groaning in pain. Out of curiosity, I scrolled further, searching for what had led to that message, and then I saw it. "Baby, I miss you already. I crave you again." And then his response. "The one I gave you on Sunday should be enough to carry you till January." I dropped the phone as if it had burned me. My head spun, my vision blurred. Sunday. The same Sunday she was in my house, clutching her stomach in pain. Oh, I was a fool. I had been destroyed by love. Just like her father, she owned it. She was not remorseful at first. Truly, a fruit does not fall far from its tree. A lesson well learnt. Anita cried, begged, swore she loved me, when she realised she has lost a good man. "I never meant to hurt you," she sobbed, but it was too late. Love had kept us together through the rejection, the plans, the dreams, but love couldn't survive betrayal. Like they say, the biggest betrayal are not from our enemies, but are from the ones we love dearly. I walked away that night, my heart in pieces, carrying nothing but memories of what could have been. Even now, her mother still calls me. Whenever she does, she asks the same question. What really happened between you and my daughter? And in my mind, I ask myself, how could I tell her the truth? That her daughter was cheating on me with married men, and one of them is her stepmother's brother, her father's in-law. How would her father even feel hearing this? The weight of it was too much. The best I could do was to walk away in silence. And as I stood beneath the dark sky of Port Harcourt, I realised, sometimes love isn't enough. Subscribe, like, share and follow for the next episode.